All right, back on the Eagle Sports Network as Carson-Newman takes down the Wasps of Emory and Henry by a final score of 21-7. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Clowney. Mike, what a performance, what a second half. Defensively, you limit the Wasps to 51 yards after halftime. What'd you see from that side of the ball, keeping Emory and Henry in check, really, since the first drive of the game?
I thought defensively, I thought the guys played well the entire game. That first half, we give up that 4th and short, and kind of didn't recover from it as quick as you want to. But other than that, I thought for the most part, our guys, especially on the back end, did a good job of keeping guys covered. And then eventually we were able to get to the quarterback and get some sacks.
This was an atypical Carson-Newman win. And the reason I say that, you've led the league in rushing throughout this season. Season low 94 yards, but for the first time since your last road win, you pass for 200 yards. Ivan Corbin really effective, especially from the second quarter on. What'd you see out of your team airing it out?
I think that's something that we as a football team have to get better at and work on. We talked about it. They were going to put 9 guys in the box, giving us some one-on-one coverage. And, the thing you need to do is you need to win about 3 of those for touchdown a game, and we're able to win 2 of them for touchdown to kind of get that stretch the lead to where we're in a comfortable place.
You bring up stretching the touchdowns and getting it to a comfortable place. It felt uncomfortable at times in that first half. Corbin had completed, I think, 4 of his first 13, but he finishes 11 of 15. What changed for him?
I think the big thing for us, like we get 2 turnovers, like they're kind of down the field, so they don't put you in trouble as much. But the biggest thing was getting settled to make sure that we could divvy the ball to the right places. I think once we start spreading the ball out a little bit, then he was able to get a little bit more comfortable into a little bit better groove.
Road win. How gratifying is it to, on a day trip, nonetheless, to get on the bus, come out, started a little slow again, but we're able to recover and put your foot down late?
I think it's one of those things we talked about earlier in the week. My thing with the Rock, it's like it doesn't matter. Like it really doesn't matter. I mean, one of our kids that made a great analogy. He said, ever since we were little, we played a football game on the weekend somewhere else. We got in the car and we ate and we drove over there. So at the bottom line, sometimes college football players would get spoiled, be able to go hang out in the hotel room. Like it doesn't matter. Like it's football. There's a game out there that you need to play and you need to win it. And so it was good to see guys come out and get done what need to get done today.
Braxton Westfield was the Braxton Westfield of years past, it felt like today. 4 catches, 126 yards, within 34 now of 1,500 for his career. Put you on top with his 46-yarder, a beautiful over-the-top ball. What did you see from your senior out of Simpsonville today?
He battled, and there was a lot of great effort plays. The one on, I think it's 3rd down where he comes back and catches the ball on his fingertips right on the ground. That's his bigger play as a touchdown because it kept the drive alive that we scored a touchdown on. And then, him to finish that run, the catch, to score touchdown down here later on. I mean, he just continues to do a good job for us.
This was a game where you used Tyree Nelson in a lot of unique and different ways. He leads you on the ground and rushing with 40 yards, but also led you through the air in terms of passes caught. What did that utilization do to keep Emory and Henry off balance?
He's a talented kid, and that's something that we've tried to kind of get in the groove, to be able to do with him the entire time. But with his injuries and some things like that, hadn't been able to. But it was good to kind of find that fit for him today so that he can see that he can do that.
Defensively, Trezell Giardini-Weish moves past Robbie Tebow and is now top 15 all-time in Carson-Newman history with 16 sacks. He got a ton of pressure late, and when Emory and Henry was trying to rally, it was, surprise, surprise, late game sacks from Trezell Giardini-Weish that helped put the game away. What can you say about his attitude, his effort for one of the more crowded positions on this team in terms of talent at that Fox end spot?
Trezell's just a guy you love. He's a program guy. He's on the sideline, giving out the scouting report, and then when he gets a chance to come in the game and play, he takes every opportunity and he makes plays. And so I'm just thrilled just watching him. Anytime you see him coming off the edge, like we got a chance to get to the quarterback.
Head back to Mossy Creek, final home game of the year. You welcome in the UVA-wise Highland Cavaliers for homecoming at 3 p.m. What do you have to do to build on this one, get some consistency, and string together back-to-back wins for the first time all season?
I think, we've got to go watch this one. We still made a lot of mistakes. We still got a lot of things that we've got to fix and we've got to clean up. Like I say, it's always more fun to do it when you win. And so the biggest thing is we got to get back to the drawing board and continue to work to get better.
All right, Mike Clowney, pleasure as always. Congrats on a road win
Thank
and a 21-7 victory over the Wasps.
Road dub.
That's Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Clowney. We'll be back with more of the Domino's postgame report after these messages. This is the Eagle Sports Network.